Hey everybody, we are back with top four action. We're going to do Joe Olson versus Mike Kessling. Joe Olson is playing a this deal is getting worse all the time. And I don't know what Mike is playing. We'll get that figured out here in just a sec. All right, yeah, no worries. Kyle's coming back to join me. I've got my bottle right there, so thank you though. All right, so we've got from Joe Olson mobilization points, Endor Shield, secret plans, and aim high. With the slip starting away, start. Let me get your microphone turned on. All right, you should be good.
All right. Yeah, TDIGWATT was interesting in this meta because coming in, it was like D deck for probably like a month and a half, 2 months leading up to the event, and everybody was preparing for it. There's free red combo times two and almost everything.
Right.
And then the meta kind of moved past it, and nobody was playing any free red. Like there's like one free red combo, one escape pod combo, and that was it. So we're like, let's try it on day two.
So that effect that Joe's starting, is that Aerotech Corporation or whatever, or
Probably.
because you get aim high secret plans for free, or sorry, secret plans and Infinite Rest Order for
I
free.
assume that's Aerotech.
Okay.
I know he likes Aerotech.
Okay.
But I can't tell from that image.
That's what most people are speculating. I couldn't see it because it's a little cut off.
I will
there.
go double check.
All right, yeah. Kyle's gonna go double check for us, just to make sure, so we have the proper info.
It is Aerotech.
Okay, yeah, he was moving his stuff up a little bit after you came and asked him. So thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got Joe Olson and Mike Kessling in this match, and then Dennis versus Hayes in the other side. So we're down to the top four, and we're gonna see who's gonna be the first major event winner in person of 2021. Yes, Strelak, the round two is just now starting, and Hayes advanced over Charlie. He won with his Dark Side deck over Charlie's OA. Charlie won the first game by one, although he probably should have lost it by about 4 or 5 because he had a few misplays that weren't caught by the two players. But
That's always difficult.
yeah, and
There's a lot of game tags. It's easy to
a lot of game
miss something.
tags.
And once you miss it once, you're probably gonna miss it the rest of the game.
Right, and either player could have caught it. So we got a couple of free executor effects. The best
Wish we could
system.
screenshot that and be like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, that would be nice. I should probably do have
Just
a way
like
to
some
do that.
touchscreen function. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like when you're watching the NFL and they have like the little telestrator and they can pause it
Yeah,
in circle.
yeah,
Like, oh, here's
exactly.
this one.
That'd be awesome.
All right, so Docking Bay from Joe.
is
Or
that?
that's the executor. Sorry, he's using mob
Okay.
points to get the executor. You got the free executor effect and Bestman in the starting
Camera
hand.
tilted?
It looks like
It doesn't look even.
It's a little bit slanted for sure.
I'll bet the table got bumped.
Table might have got bumped.
Should we try to fix that, or is it like an easy fix?
It's probably the easiest fix would probably be just to have Mike Kessling scoot back a little and pull the table.
Is that what it is? I think it's like slanted, like
Yeah, the camera would be
What the
off.
camera
The
is.
camera's a little off angle, so
yeah.
we might at least in between this game we can definitely adjust
Okay.
it.
I mean, it's the start of the game. Well, yeah, I don't want to interrupt. That's
Yeah, they're
pretty-
already in.
It is. It's tough.
It's not.
You interrupt
too-
players
Yeah, it's
like
not too
you're
bad.
like game planning over
Yeah.
which is true. And
It's not too
It
bad.
is actually pretty disrupting.
Joe started
Can be.
the 2-2 site, or at least just pulled it, one or the other.
That is Downtown Plaza.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely debate about which one's better. It's about the Drain 2 versus giving up the extra icon. And that depends on the meta. I think against OA, the Drain 2 is better because they activate whatever they want anyway.
So Mike pulled the goldenrod, so there's the 2 force for the executor.
Oh, hey, Justin.
Yeah, we've got pretty good crew here. Bastion's been hanging out with us. Tom
Yeah.
Hank's been hanging out with us. So we got some former world champs. We got Justin Branch from England. He's a good dude.
Another up and coming player.
Yeah. He just needs to come out.
I wish it was more feasible for him to play.
Right, yeah, it would be
live
great
event.
to see him out here, or maybe at Worlds or something, to see how he stacks up in person against a lot of the field.
Yeah, next time Europe happens, everybody should make every effort to go. It was a great time, and I got to meet a lot of people that I've only interacted with online.
Yeah,
including Justin.
It would be great. Yeah, definitely. I think they're scheduled to have. We do a 3-year rotation or whatever for those guys. I think 2023 would be a Euro Worlds scheduled. I think.
I'll be ready.
Don't quote me on that, but yeah. So prepare for that. All right, so he's got Piet down to the docking bay executor. Got the battle deployment. I believe is that Admiral's order. Uses that to get a combat vehicle or whatever, right?
It's weird because Admiral orders have been kind of out of the meta for a long time because of the prevalence of General Leia and Grand Admiral Thrawn, and they both just kind of let up the last couple of months because there's a lot of Leias that are really good.
Leia has so many personas.
Man, even the new Daughter of Skywalker is insane.
Right, she's crazy good. Leia Rebel Princess is always crazy good.
Exactly,
Kessling drains and
it's crazy. So Admiral orders are starting to see play again. Because part of it's a counterplay also, because there are very powerful Admiral's orders, and you have to have an answer, so you either play like General Leia, Admiral Thrawn, or you play your own Admiral's orders.
Right. And you also have to be playing in space as well, because
of course.
So.
And if you're not, then you have to have something else.
Aerotech really circumvents Leia for the most part.
She helps, but it's just card advantage. It's being able to play a card from deck is a card you don't have to draw. It's a bigger deal than it feels like. It's the difference between having to download when you open a hand, all the stuff you can download. It sucks because it's just card advantage, and that especially early it matters a lot.
So Joe gets out the sand card, stacks a Vader and something else on it, and so is that a ATST with the dude on it down at the
Looks
casino?
like Tempest 1.
Oh, okay.
Is there a pilot icon on that?
Looks like a Tempest Scout.
No, okay, that's there is. I think there's a pilot icon on that.
Yeah,
can you make that screen bigger?
Not that much.
You can't
bigger.
full screen it.
No, I can't. 'Cause it has to have all this other stuff.
Damn you, Twitch.
Yeah, it's more Streamlabs than Twitch, but
damn you, whatever we're using. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know the walkers by sight well enough.
Yeah, I think it's like Tempest Scout 3 or one of those. This is a virtual one.
Yeah.
Sure. So now.
I mean, it probably is one of the ones that has a pilot.
Tempest Scout 3 is what everybody's saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I would expect you to know from the image.
Alright, so now Mike's going to take his first turn. Gets out the Ray encampment site. I don't know if that was from hand or if that was from deck.
Yeah, I don't know how much TDIGWATT there was yesterday, but I know kind of coming into the event, a lot of people expected it heavy, and everybody was kind of prepared for it.
Okay.
And then
we didn't see any on stream yesterday, so this is our first time.
Cal played it. Cal Aldred, and he went 4-0 with it because the meta already moved past it before the event happened.
Caught people by surprise.
Yeah, nobody was playing 2 free ride combos because everybody expects TDIGWATT to
Yeah, to have
dead.
already shipped it out. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that's how playing the meta really works
Yeah,
sometimes.
and I'm glad it works that way because free ride combo is a dumb card, and you shouldn't win on bullets. You should win on mechanics, doing like playing sound cards, not stuff that's like
That is fair.
only good in this matchup, but another stuff is just completely dead and is irrelevant. And
Yeah, I definitely agree
I think
with
I was
that.
talking with Nick Reich earlier. He said he disagreed with what I was saying about the meta, and that's what I meant. Is the meta right now? Uh, you you're better off playing good cards than bullets in general because you don't know what you're facing.
Okay.
So it's about shoring up weaknesses through not by playing 2 times free red combo for a matchup. It's about playing sound mechanical cards like extra Jedi Levs, so your Destiny's good enough, or extra short ranges, or how many commands are you running, etc.
Okay.
etc. It's about playing sound cards instead of bullets, which just change the matchup whether you have them or not. It's about
Right.
sound principles
There's
and
some
game
definitely to be
plan
said for
and
that. I mean, you definitely do have.
and that's what I think the meta should strive for, and they're doing a good job. I know a lot of my team disagrees and is pretty vocal about it, but I like what design is doing, and it's getting to a good place.
All right, I like that. Thanks for that. So Mike put the Falcon up into space, and then can you put the Leia's transport at that site? That's
Yes,
that card. Okay.
it moves like a starfighter,
Okay.
which is I think something people mostly know because of Jump, and Jump has been awesome
Yeah.
for learning
You're not-
like little niche stuff that you didn't really
You were used to not
didn't really
seeing
think.
those capital
Just
ships.
because it highlights and you're like, ooh.
I can put that there. So you got Leia out with that for free.
But yeah, the transport's amazing because it can do that. So it could be forfeit fodder. It can download a guy and move down and it's forfeit fodder, and it's just boom. It's
Yeah,
like,
I remember when that card first came through playtesting, the Resistance Transport. I was pretty freaked out by it. I was like, this card seems really good.
excuse me.
So,
I like that the current design team is not afraid to make really strong cards.
no, that's fair.
They have a reputation for it, but they're also super willing to nerf shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not a personal fan of releasing errata because you end up with people with wrong slips, and you got to keep up, and it's
You
much
gotta
harder to
remember,
keep up.
Right. It's like, oh, this
And
card
we have
doesn't
a
do
lot
that
of players that
anymore.
come in and out, and when you're out for 6 months and 4 cards have changed in your favorite deck, it's really frustrating because you don't really know what your stuff does.
How many times have you played versus Watch Your Step or IE? Or
I don't think we've played against TDIGWATT too many times, maybe like twice. IE a lot. And it was a real bad matchup for me. I was not well prepared for it. I think I'd be better prepared for it now. I was ready for TDIGWATT today. But that was more about being prepared for map and just trying to kill in space. It's funny, I say I was prepared for map, and then I just got crushed. But I was playing under the constraint of I had to win by 20, so I went fast. It was just
match play is weird.
sometimes that dictates how you play.
Yeah, match play is just weird sometimes. So Joe got 2 sites and also occupation going. I think that's what's under the system, I would guess. Still doesn't have anybody on the executor.
I mean, that's typically OA is not good at fighting without the Falcon.
Yeah, so Falcon did move.
At least not cold. Like, it can build a stack, but it's difficult to do in one turn for OA. It's funny, we were talking about this matchup as we were preparing for today, and we were talking about putting walkers on Jakku, so it's interesting to see him only on Cloud City so far.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to do what your hand tells you got to do.
Oh, for sure. But also, he's I don't see General Veers out yet, and so I'm expecting General Veers down to Jakku at some point.
Never a bullet for the executor
Probably
effect.
more.
You can play alter, can't you? Card's not immune to alter, right?
No, it is not. But you're only delaying them by a turn or two usually.
Right, because they always run 5 of them.
I mean, there's no real bullet for the executor effect because it takes a ton of effort, and the executor is very thematic. And I don't think it's proved itself to ever be too good.
Yeah. Remember they nerfed it pretty hard back in the Legacy times where you had to pay half of the cost or something?
Yeah, that's what Professor was originally, was half.
Yeah.
But then they settled on the 2. And I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, I think too. So.
I think, so in the future, the PC should allow the shield to be played when they want to make stuff that downloads for stuff for free. So the Executor's effect is fine because
BB-8.
Executor effect and Emperor's ship, you have to deploy them, and then your next action is to deploy to do the free thing. So they get a chance to respond with the shield.
Right.
And I feel like light side stuffs is all just like, oh, I already played my ship for free. You don't get a chance to do the counterplay.
Yeah.
That'd be something I think design could look at. So like layers resistance just immediately downloads. It's not like you go ship and then action.
Not a just action, but as a top level action. Yeah. Okay.
It's small. I just think the dark side shield should be as viable as the light side shield in similar situations, and it's just not.
Okay. Yeah. I like that idea. Make it a top level action so you can do something against it.
Especially if you're downloading for free.
Yeah.
I think that's just
or
great.
they could also just change that one to be use 2 force to download a character for free or something.
That would be interesting. Or at least one.
Yeah.
Something. Anything.
Add a little bit of a cost to it.
I don't think it's insane either. Like, it's a good ship, but it's not, like, broken. So I'm not, like...
It does seem really strong, for sure. I think now it's starting to get... It didn't get a lot of play, like, right out of the box when they released it.
Yeah, it has not seen as much play as probably people thought it would from... Like, it
really shines in
It looks
OA,
insane
sure.
on paper, just, like, in a vacuum. It looks insane.
Mm-hmm. How does this matchup play out? You know, we haven't seen this one this weekend, so...
We got on OA really late, so we did not...
So Mike's moving in front of the Executor with his big old stack. He got Tantive up there as well.
And also, Justin was kind of our OA guy. As he's coming, he says it's close. And normally deal wins. Okay. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, we'll see if Joe has to just stack up the Executor.
Well, I mean, it's Joe, so I think we can assume that. But you never know. I mean, people have off games. People assume I'm going to do well all the time, and they're just wrong.
2 ping to the occupation.
Well, I mean, you're probably the most practiced. Well, either you or Dylan are probably the most practiced deal players. That seems high to me, too. TDIGWATT's actually just better than Entanglements, and it probably was, and we didn't notice. It's more flexible.
You get Admiral's orders.
Admiral's orders are pretty good. Especially, but I think it was better before the errata because it pulled this occupation. Like it somehow pulls more of the stuff that it needs to set up than Entanglements did, which is weird. Like Entanglements pulled a lot of stuff, but it was kind of tangential.
You do have some wasted card slots with the extra Executor effects, and you don't get the ship for free right away.
Sure, but like those are Destiny 5.
Right, they don't hurt you, you know.
Like it sounds weird, but it's nice to have cards you can just lose and not care about.
No, I definitely.
That's especially early. That's like I don't know. You never want to include something for that purpose, but it's good to have those cards.
Right. Yeah.
Like in Cypher, you're looking to try to like forlom a double back when your stuff's down, and then lose it to a drain.
Right.
Like stuff like that. Like it's
an easy.
So you don't lose cards that matter for this matchup. That kind of thing.
Right.
And it's kind of an underrated thing about the 5 times a card that doesn't matter once it's happened.
Once you've already used it. Yeah, exactly.
And at worst, it's a Destiny 5 floating in your deck.
Yeah. It's like all those RSing blaster rifles in the Invasion deck.
Which is a little gimmicky.
Yeah, it's a little gimmicky.
It's fun.
All right. So, we got to see what Joe's going to do. Looks like he's got some pilots. Is that his hand?
I think he's going to finally play stuff for the Executor.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Yep.
Or he's going to run away.
That's
not awful. Just move the Jakku. Well, he's got
occupation. He would lose the occupation, so that would be...
But like a turn could be like... It's Joe's turn right now, right?
It's Joe, yeah.
I don't know what he's got in hand, but like if he has Blizzard 2 Veers, it just drops there and then moves Executor. That seems really strong to me.
Yeah? He definitely has some characters.
Or even just stacking some forfeit fodder and having command. Is Rebel...
He has to have the sand card.
Is there a flight suit? So. Okay, he does have the sand card. Where's that? Oh,
that's
shit.
Over there with the Vader.
And he wants at least the Vader, probably. So he probably wants a battle. So I'm expecting Joe to play stuff on Oh yeah,
That's the Onyx
this is
ties.
another thing that makes the TDIGWATT really good at battling at Bespin is they must never again leave the city. Lets you land a TIE fighter, or taking a hand of TIE fighter you forfeited.
Yes.
So you have a free like 5 forfeit every battle.
That you can just slap.
It's kind of nuts. It's really difficult to take the Bespin system. Like really, really difficult.
The other guys are playing. Hayes is on No Idea Insight Your Course. Yep. I think Dennis is playing like a Let the Wookiee Win.
Dennis is playing Let the Wookiee Win mains, playing the 2-1 site, not the system. His space is Tanev. He's playing Daughter of Skywalkers. He starts Chief Trooper's Hut, so he's doing Like My Father.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you know what he's on for Dark Side?
Dark Side is Map.
Map. Okay.
I mean, Minnesota loves Map.
Yeah,
and they're both on it, and I don't blame him.
So.
It did really well for him yesterday, and
so it's one of the Biker Scout
I feel like
guys.
the meta is actually underprepared for Map because it was dismissed.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Like, there's no Sia kids or anything.
Yeah, we saw a lot of those OA decks get beat up by Map yesterday by Charlie and Dennis because there was still a fair amount.
Yeah,
of
it hit the meta perfect, I think. I'm not super familiar with Map. I'm probably the least experienced person with Map, either against or with. And
I have a lot more games against it than with it. That's for sure.
I just never took to it, and I played like 2 games with it, and
I played it at Endor one year when
like
it was like the Trooper.
I played a fair
tactical
amount
support Trooper version.
Yeah,
that version
I never played
busted. That version was busted. Even
I missed the event where with the broken blasters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I missed that one too.
Yeah. So I mean, Map is not really on my radar as well, so I can't speak to what it's good at.
All right, so Joe just kind of put those Onyx ties down, put at least one pilot, maybe Thrawn or somebody else on there.
It's a long title.
It's a long title.
So it could be
Emperor's Reach, maybe, or
Emperor's Reach could be
because it's a long title.
He's insane. He's annoying.
Crazy. And then spread out to 3 sites, so they're kind of just.
I think he's what really makes the Executor like impossible to kill.
Right, because they can't cancel your destinies, and it limits.
I mean, because you have redundant ways to limit between Sound Effect and Command. That in the battles that matter, you should be able to limit them, and then if they can't, I mean, I don't know. The motion might be worth playing right now. It's kind of weird, but also that's only like TDIGWATT's not big, so how do you?
Right.
Yeah, the meta stuff. That's why I think cards like the motion are not incentivized right now. Who's on the shield? I don't know what that question is. Oh, Vader.
Vader and one other card. I don't think we caught it. If anybody else in chat knows what else is on.
It's a short-named Imperial. Colonel Jendon.
He played Onyx 1 and then Onyx 2.
I think it was Onyx 1, Onyx 2.
Oh, whose face is on the starting effect? I don't know.
Oh,
that's his starting effect.
It's just a starting effect. Oh, I have no idea.
It's probably like Brian Brad or something.
I don't know. I don't think that's Brian Fred.
Yeah, I can't tell whose face that is.
Well, if it is Brian Fred, he's lost some weight since then.
Yeah. Kessling and B. Fred do go way back, so it wouldn't surprise me if it was.
Oh, I could kind of see Kessling on that too.
Maybe it's Kessling.
But no, there's facial hair. I don't remember Kessling with facial hair. Hey, Chris, how do we get mechanics for that scene into the game? Like, how is there not a failure at the cave moment in the game? How is that not relevant?
So Mike does a Brave Resistance and gets Rose.
And I know you love thematic stuff. How do you get that moment into the game? Good luck, buddy.
The Force is with you.
It involves Dagobah.
Try to make a failure at the cave that downloads the cave when you play
I love it. I don't care what else it does. I love that card.
Well, and Chris Kelly is pretty good at trying to make cards because he gets to actually make cards.
That's why I was talking to him.
Yeah.
And I know he likes thematic stuff. Like, I think RTP, obviously it's not tier 1, but
Bill's
I think
playing it in the team tournament. Or the
it accomplished its objective. It's playable. People get to fight on the Death Star, which is
right.
They get to play with episode 1 or episode 4 characters. They get to play with A New Hope Luke, A New Hope Han, A New Hope Leia.
Right.
and
No, it definitely
that's
seems
kind
like
of
a
been
lot of
absent
fun.
from the game.
And it seems like a battle-y type deck.
And it's definitely
you
it's
know.
battle-y or direct damage. It depends on
Right.
what the other
What the
matchup is.
but
That's the
like
problem with it so far. Is that it's a little
it's
one-dimensional,
yeah.
and the other deck gets to choose how they interact with it, really.
Mm-hmm.
And some decks just don't care about it, and some decks are just gonna stack the site.
Yeah, I'm sure. Now it's just came out a few weeks ago, so folks
Yeah,
are still
I expect
probably
that to get helpers as it
figuring out.
goes.
Is that a Chewy with gun?
It'll get
Yeah.
better.
Chewy with gun against that vehicle. That's a strong play. Was that a barrier that was grabbed? Because as soon as he played it, that came
Trample?
out.
I think that's
What
trample.
was it? Trample. Okay.
Did he perimeter scan it? I don't see a perimeter scan, so probably not. Did he draw? What's going on?
I must have been perimeter scanned because
Sorry, I think I get sidetracked a lot, and we missed what is happening here.
Falcon is landing
Oh, that's fun.
from.
Oh, he didn't battle.
No, he didn't battle against that stack. Joe drew a 2 for Destiny. Oh, so he's missed.
He did
with
battle.
the trample.
That's rough.
So he lands the Falcon with Poe and General Carvisian on it, and I assume now it's a vehicle. Doing vehicle things on Cloud City with Chewie out there to potentially shoot a vehicle. So that's not bad for Mike. Runs away though, but the occupation is still rolling. So now it's
Well, but
3
he
damage.
controls. He controls 2 Jakku, so he gets reduced to 1.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's actually one of the problems we thought of with TDIGWATT is OA just gets to reduce your occupation damage. So you can't just spread Cloud City and do damage and let them spread Jakku. You have to go disrupt them. I agree, Kieran. The Imperial Entanglement deck that just went like troopers and like turn 1 flip and had reacts, and that was a dumb deck. It was literally open hand, I win or lose against.
Was that the one with the Admiral's Order that made all your troopers like deploy minus whatever?
Yeah, and it kind of came back again.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So he's doing some damage. He lost it. There's tracking us, and then the is that the other Jakku site? Yeah, I think it is.
That's the Graveyard at Giants site,
That's the
right?
2/2, right?
That's the one that.
Yeah. Or no, yeah. 2/2's already on the table, so that's the other 2/1 on.
But nobody plays that site except for Bastion.
I think Charlie was playing it, wasn't he?
They're playing the like.
He was playing an extra
They're playing
site.
the Graveyard Retreat shit.
No,
I don't think
maybe
it was
not.
that site,
It
was
was
it?
the other site, right?
Yeah.
I forget that Jakku has more sites than
I'm glad
I
it does.
realize.
That's something I think the PC misses with planets that are important. They should just have sites. They should just be generic and boring, and that's okay. Like, we should have generic and boring ships, too. Like, there are non-unique ships that I think should be represented in the game that just aren't.
Yeah.
And they don't have to be, like, insane cards. Just make them boring non-uniques.
Yeah. Like, some of the clone stuff sort of maybe
Yeah.
fits that theme, because there's...
Well, they try to do too much. They try to make them all playable. I understand that because they're trying to release fewer cards. But part of the flavor of Star Wars CCG is you can make a deck of all X-Wings or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that should continue with the starships that have been come out with the newer stuff. Is you could just make a generic starship real easy.
Yeah, design stuff for not just the...
Yeah, I mean, they'd be playable too, because X-Wings occasionally make Y-Wings make it into decks sometimes because they're just cheap and you can put a landing claw on them.
Yeah.
So they're not like non-zero cards, but they're just make them the borderline of playable.
Tarkin's Bounty.
Just make them equal like an X-Wing or explain the reference. What are they looking for? Who's the Waldo in this scenario?
Where's Wally?
Is it Veers? Because Veers would be pretty baller right now.
He did just use a... Oh, there's a Blizzard 2 with the Veers on it, I believe. So, yeah, Joe found that and put it down to the site that has the Leia's ship and Leia, BB-8, and Rose. So if he wants to, yeah, maybe clear Rose and BB-8 and stop the retrieval ping nonsense. So he's going to battle here.
Yeah, that is a problem with TDIGWATT, for sure. But I mean, the deck I think plays at least one Tarkin's Bounty, one Force Push.
Yeah, he just played the Tarkin's Bounty this turn.
Joe's concerned about something right there. What card was he looking for to read? I'm down. I would love a coffee. Where you going? I would like a walk. So I'm gonna take a break.
Take a break.
I'm bad at focusing on things for a long time.
You're good. You're good.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for your help.
I had fun. And I will be back.
Thank you. I just ate a cookie.
It's pretty interesting. It looks like Joe's in pretty good shape, though. Huh? Yeah, you can hop on. Let's get it. Kyle just stepped away to go grab a coffee with Vic, so. Oh, man. I'm good. Thank you, though.
I saw that floater. Don't come in.
All right, so Justin is back joining me here.
I'm back, baby.
And,
Ready to mingle, right?
yeah, so what's going on here is Joe's battling with Blizzard 2 and Veers.
Confirm that works. You can capture the DDA within the vehicle.
Yeah, I'm sure you can, right? I don't. I'll confirm it like on a thing. I don't.
Well, no, do you guys agree? They think it works too.
I think it
We're sure
works.
too.
Gut instinct is it works. Yeah.
As long as it's passenger space is what we think.
Think about take and capture.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Not on me.
What is this dark deck? Oh, deal.
It's Dark Deal with, like, the Executor and
Extra
Aerotech
ties.
Corporation and Biker Scouts and what have you.
The Falcons landed at Bestman.
Falcon is there. There's Chewie there. Falcon, Ray.
That's kind of wild.
Poe. And then over here is Leia, Rose, and they captured the BB-8. And he's battling
Both
here.
Onyxes, they can bounce back and forth.
Yeah, he's got two. Yeah, both the Onyx ties are there. Oh, and then he moved the Executor over. He's got Occupation going too. So Joe looks to be in a pretty good spot.
Like some big trouble.
Yeah, he had to lose. He had Leia's Resistance ship stacked at the site because I guess it can move like a starfighter, and so it can land there. That's something I didn't know that worked.
Yeah. Mike does look like he's in big trouble.
Because there's only two systems at the table. Mike's just got the Tantive. I guess he can move the Falcon up, but
Good.
if he doesn't have a occupation cancel card.
Jin.
Yep, Jinner. So okay, that helps.
I'm not doing too much damage.
Mike has 19
he's
cards
showing
left in
off.
force pile plus hand. Thank you, Eric.
He kind of needs that sight back, right? So he can use his objective.
Yeah. He plays.
Saw's not bad.
That's Saw. Okay. Moves everybody away from the Blizzard 2 with Veers on it.
Not too bad.
Okay, and then Chewie.
Is Trample grabbed?
Trample was grabbed, yeah. And the first time that Joe tried it on Chewie, he drew
Miss.
2.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So now he does 2 damage maybe if he has ultimatum. His BB would add. He's doing 4, 5, 6 damage. That's a lot of damage. But Joe doesn't have that many cards.
Oh yeah, I don't know if he paid +1 for Jin because of the Bestman text. We'll have to ask Joe that.
Yeah, ultimatum shield should be
You
out.
can't really see Mike's shields very well.
It's hard
He's
to
got
tell.
Professor and he's got Grabber. There's aim high
Oh,
and
it's not out yet, but it might be. Oh yeah, so
Is
at
there
least
any
he's
drains at
thinking
3?
about it. Because it's right there. It's a drain.
Oh, that's drain 3? Okay.
Yeah,
he's
there you
got
go.
it.
Mike on is a little. Seems like he's playing pretty solid.
I mean, beat Kevin Shannon to get to the top 4. So
Yeah, true. Yeah, Kevin Joe.
it's not a bad path to get through
If it
so
ends up
far.
being Hayes, that'd be a wild ride.
Right?
But he is looking. He's taking a bunch of damage here. So.
Yeah, that was a pretty decent amount.
6.
2, 4.
He's not doing that much, right? Blizzard 4. Blizzard 2 can
6,
still chase.
7? Oh, no, because Jin's there. Yeah, so yeah, 6.
He's not really doing too much damage.
No, yeah, he's got the 2-2 sight on Jakku, but that's it. Yeah,
Did Joe move the executor turn 1 to Jakku? Was that what happened?
No, he kept it there and set up occupation first. It was a little weird. Kyle was saying that was he should have just moved the executor over, but Joe had a plan, I guess.
Did Mike get General Leia out pretty fast?
He got Leia when he got the resistance ship.
So battle deployment did get to play some cards.
Yeah, battle deployment did get to deploy the ATST.
Oh, that anyway was. Yeah, I don't know.
So now he's got Vader at that site. So he's just
Padme on the top of Lost Pile.
Padme is on the top, and he's just stacking
Oof.
extra pilots. So
Yeah.
that's
This is game 1, right?
This is game 1, yes. So
Might not be too big a loss. Like the deal deck doesn't win by too much, I don't think.
missing the Gemp card counts. Yeah,
I
those
know,
are
right?
nice.
Okay, well,
Those are nice. It's gonna move to the 2-2 with the ATST. Move the executor.
you know,
And move Vader over to the 2-0. And move the
and
rear
wide on him.
stack in
Yeah,
front
it's just
of.
like
So yeah, now Mike's
Elsec
got.
gets to.
Yeah, Mike's
just
doing
lose
no.
Elsec. Mike's doing like 1.
Yeah, Mike's doing 1 at the Cloud
That's
City
not
site.
good for Mike.
What is Hayes playing for light? He is on no idea.
Yep.
That's perfect. That's exactly where we want.
Alright, so that's the end of Joe's turn. Let's see what Mike has here. They can't change decks between games or
No.
rounds. You can change, like, so this is
Days,
day 2.
yeah.
So they could play different decks than they played yesterday if you make the top 8. But you can't change decks between games or rounds, whatever you want to call them. He's going to retrieve with Rose. Gets the Padme back at least. Oh, it looks like Mike was playing the flight suit too. We've seen a little bit of a resurgence of that. He's going to Persona
I
replace.
can't do that one.
No, you can't do that because of the ability, right? You have to have.
I think both stats are above her. She's a 4, 5, and 3.
You have to
I
have
think
equal
both of the
or
stats have
lesser power ability numbers. Is that how it
to be. Yeah,
works?
you have to have both sides of it. Can't be.
So you can't Persona replace. What is Mike's route diff-wise? The game seems lost. Yeah, so
Yeah,
at this
agreed.
point, he's probably just trying to keep it as close as possible. I don't know. Justin would probably know better what routes he could maybe take to do that.
I mean, could try to not run in space. Maybe.
Yeah.
He does get to use his objective this turn. I would probably just sit there and drain for 2. I would try to maybe take that middle 2-2 side and not chase. Get a couple drains in there,
Yeah, that's a good idea. The Cloud City site, the downtown.
and then maybe like not run away from the executors. Like fight me. Like instead of taking the drains, I'd probably just not chase in space.
Okay.
If he had Hujix, I might have left Leia there to the other side and just like he has the other Leia, Rebel Princess,
He does, yeah. So
and just like lose her if he has the Hujix, and then
play her
blocks
and
the
then you can
drain,
maybe
plays her
block a
again,
couple
and then
drains,
blocks
yeah.
2 more drains. Although Tarkin's bounties, is that Tarkin's bounty on whoever's piloting that ATSD? That would stop all the. I think it just stops at where you have any Imperial, right? Or is it sim related?
Yeah, it's Tarkin's bounty on Tarkin, as far as I remember correctly.
Oh boy.
Might be somebody else, but
Oh, Bastion said the same one. Yeah, stay in front of Blizzard 2 for a turn, just get Leia killed. Yeah, he's probably looking at that Blizzard 4 a little
he
bit.
lost the Leia
A little bit too scary.
to the damage. Maybe he doesn't have the Hujix.
Yeah, but still, like, I don't know. Oh, it's a hit for the Vader drain.
Okay, I like that. He's gonna grab.
Joe grabbing it. Wow, not leadership. Like I said, it's
At this point,
too
there
late. There's not
hasn't-
gonna be any
there
battles.
hasn't been any
that
battles
matter.
in space, really. Yeah.
I wonder, like, could Mike have like just duked it out in space more? I guess those ties make it hard.
Yeah,
Because
they're
they,
just
like,
like free forfeit.
And they keep
And you
bouncing,
just,
right?
Yeah, and you just take it back into hand or whatever.
So he's got 2 cards in his reserve deck, and it's not gonna be a huge win.
Probably not. Maybe like 10.
It's gonna be a little more than that, I think. He's got 4 cards in hand.
Yeah, Mike looks almost tapped out here, so.
Mike's maybe got like 2 more turns of damage. Maybe. But if Joe moves away, yeah, it kind of has to move away because of Chewie.
Yeah, Chewie is the hard part there because he could just hit the vehicle and make everybody go lost.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tap out for a little bit. I'll see if I can
No
find
worries,
out.
man. Could you grab me my water bottle that's right there? Got all the stickers on it and shit. Thank you, sir. Huh? Good, good. Does Joe ever lose? He does lose, but it doesn't happen very often. He is pretty good at Star Wars, so he's our defending world champ, so. He's pretty good. Alright, so he goes with Moff Gideon to the 2-0 as well, to make sure he doesn't lose that side, I guess. Or maybe he's planning to move Vader over. Yeah, that's what he does. Moves Vader over in front of Leia and Rose and what have you. Moves the Executor in front of Jakku. Shuttles up some schmoops. And also then moves the Blizzard 2 over. So and then moves over with the ATST as well. So he leaves the 2 drain as the only place that Mike's doing damage at. Mike plays that they're tracking us to activate a force. That's a good point there, Eric, to use Vader to prevent the retrieval. That's basically another way of doing more damage. Walkling goes out for a retrieval. So Mike drains for 2. Joe loses a eye roll, or maybe not. I think that might be eye roll from hand. And a command from hand. Mike pays 3 to put Solo down on the Falcon. Solo gets out. He moves the Falcon over, but keeps Solo and another character. I think it might be Chewie? Yeah. Solo and Chewie at the middle site. But Mike is still going to take 2 from occupation, drain at the system, and then the 2-0 site. So, I mean, he's still taking a good amount of damage. How's it going? Yeah. You're done with those? Thank you, sir. You heading out? It was great to see you, Nate. Yeah. Drive safe. Shuttles Lando down in front of Veers and Vader, and then moves the Corvette and the Tantive over in front of the ties. So he's looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 damage, and then 1 for BB-8 also. That's a lot of damage. Mike uses Yummy Baby together to get another shield just to cycle out of 5. Joker King, this is game 1 of the top 4. Joe looks to be pretty solidly ahead here. Not sure what his life force is at, but looks like he'll be able to get this one by probably 10-ish, 12. I would guess Mike has 2 turns in his force just because he has a decent number of cards in hand, but he's definitely just got to try to keep this as close as possible and try to get a dark side win. By more forces. All right, so we're seeing what Joe's going to do here. Sorry. It's been a long weekend. We're almost done, so getting a little snoozy. I've not. Dan is feeling okay from what I can tell. He's in the game room running the consolation tournament. Somehow he got conscripted into doing that. So I think his throat was pretty sore to start the day. So he'll be all right. He's probably just not used to our dry Colorado air. And talking all day for commentary isn't isn't as easy as it might appear. So I feel for him. I've been in the same spot. All right, Joe, finish your turn already, man. I know this is probably pretty pivotal, especially when it comes to diff. But I feel like he's been trying to figure out what he's going to do here for a minute or three. He's got a Blizzard 4 in hand. Paying 4 force. To put Tarkin down. Oh, okay. I guess the Tarkin's bounty wasn't on Tarkin, because that's Tarkin, right? Yeah. Shuttles down some dudes. So moves Vader over to the Jakku 2-2. Shuttles some dudes down from the Executor in front of the stack that Kessling has on Jakku. Shuttles some dudes down also to the site on Cloud City with the Falcon at it. But does keep the Cloud City 2-2 with Chewie unoccupied. So he'll have to take the 2 damage from Mike. If you want to. This one's probably just about over. I don't know if you've been watching it.
I have been watching it quite a bit.
Yeah. Hop in, man. Hop in. We'll see. I mean, I don't think Mike has...
Which one?
That's going to be the blue one, sorry. I don't think Mike has much more of... more than a turn or maybe 2.
He has when I was looking, he has 10 cards left.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think Joe has 7 more than us, so he might be at 17 or
Okay.
15, somewhere around there. But he's getting some damage through. The problem is that he's kind of screwed on Jakku.
Alright, so just goes right to the move phase. Moves Leia in front of Vader. Also moves Calrissian. Nope, maybe. Moves
Yeah, you have
Saw.
to block the 2. Yeah, you have to block the 2-0.
and then moves Rose to stay with. Okay. So he kind of
believe
spreads
it's-
out.
Yeah, it's Hujik's combo and 2 Rebel Leaderships in his hand, which don't do
Okay.
much right now.
Yeah, I mean he has like Leia and General Calrissian on the ground, but
Yeah.
weird
It's like,
to see the Falcon all the way over on Cloud City. That's pretty cool.
yeah. The problem is here is just that occupation is going to slowly whittle him down.
Yeah, the occupation and just little dink and dunk drains here and there.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean he's gonna hit him for 1 there, and then is it like 3 there at that site?
Is it +1 for
Or it's at least 2, yeah.
Yeah, it's at least 2. So I think he's going to get for. I mean, Jin's blocking down 1 drain, and then 2
that's
for the
true.
occupation, 2
2 for occupation, 2 over there.
So it's 4 every turn, which
And
is.
he's got BB-8. Does that ping as well, right? Or no?
Oh, if he has BB-8, then it is a drain +1. You're right.
Yeah, that's why it's a
Yeah,
+1.
yeah. That's why. If he has ultimatum, it won't matter though. But
Yeah, he does have ultimatum. It's
okay,
there.
perfect. So then he's good. He takes 2.
2.
Loses 2 to occupation. Now he's probably down to like 6 cards left, I would say. And yeah, I mean I feel like the big thing in this matchup is you have
Joe
to.
puts down Blizzard 4.
You can't cap it because he doesn't control 2. So it's not gonna work there. But it would be nice if he could. That's the biggest thing, like, for him right now is that he's just, yeah, he's just taking over Jakku. Actually, yeah.
So either way, this one's probably going to be pretty close.
Usually,
Battling,
yeah,
battling down there. He loses Leia, keeps Rose.
draws the 1 for Destiny. He actually might take overflow here.
Oh, he's going to lose both
Yeah, he has
characters.
to. Because trying that 1 is pretty rough.
Yeah. So now the 2-2 site also goes to Joe.
Yeah. Yeah. It's probably, this is like the last turn. So, Kessling gets his drains in. And then should draw probably.
Probably. Although I don't think Joe has much in the way of retrieval.
Yeah, that's true.
But he might be able to play some interrupts. or
Exactly.
something.
Yeah. I do feel like this is pretty not the best matchup for Old Allies.
Yeah, if you're not running the free ride combo,
Exactly.
it's pretty tough from
Yeah.
what we could tell.
Can't really contest him on ground too well. And if you can't clear him out of space, then you're just eating that occupation every
Yeah,
turn.
an executor is pretty hard to get rid of, especially when you can just load it with dudes.
I mean, yeah, it is. It's
he also
not
has the
easy.
Onyx ties, which are kind of annoying because then you can take one back
Yep.
into hand. And
Which is great. Yeah, it's super good. I mean, you have to get like maybe if you get a Rebel flight suit battle up in space,
Mhm.
cancel the command, and then draw a bunch. Maybe you can get it, but even
Joe
still.
also got the sand card in his
Yeah,
opening
that's what I
hand,
see, yeah,
so
so-
like he was able to not have to worry too much about
Yeah.
too many destinies ruining his day.
How do you feel about the sand card coming back instead of Justice, stacking 2 instead of 3?
I
Make it
was
unique.
never a huge fan of Justice or Evacuation Control to begin with.
Okay.
I feel like it should be more. I like characters or interrupts that would do that instead of just having it. It's basically just like almost like get out of jail free
Oh,
card.
for sure.
You
Yeah.
know, and so I definitely like that it's only 2 cards at least. You know,
Yeah.
sort of as a
And also, it's not, you
compromise.
can't play multiple, of them, which is really great.
You can't play. Yeah, they're unique.
Yeah,
so
which is great. I I agree. It was really frustrating if you were playing like more of a beatdown deck, more of an interactive deck, and the control matchup just played
yeah.
a Justice, and then you had to battle through three battles
Three
to
of
actually
them,
do
right,
anything.
Exactly.
It was pretty rough.
No, yeah. I like cards that promote more interaction, and I feel like those cards kind of.
Yeah.
There's a handshake.
Yeah, looks
So
like you
we'll
drew up.
see what Joe ended up with if he counts it out. you want to go find out what the tally was?
Sure.
And
I'll go let you know what the diff is
Yeah.
and see. Looks like 16.
16.
That's what I'm
I was
guessing.
thinking like 14, 15, so something like that.
Yeah.
You can go find out. We'll let these guys know, and then let them know we'll have our next game here in just a few. Thanks, Mishki. $13? Okay, so that was a win by Joe by 13. 13 force. And, yeah, so I imagine they'll take a few minutes, collect themselves, get something to drink, etc. And we'll be back in just a few with the next game of the top 8, top 4. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us. We've got one more game here and then 2 more games after that, and we'll be finished with the national championship. So, heck yeah.